If you thought that the feeling that the rank system is against you would go away as you got up to the very top, well, here is the answer that it never stops. We are going to be watching some Zen POV because recently he played a couple ball chasing games with some funny names. The first one being "Give me a good teammate, please." Now, that one he actually won 4-0 that got uploaded. We're not going to look at that one because he didn't have one of the more interesting teammates in that game, even though he did win it. But he's also played under the name "Why is everyone good only versus me?" And I think I even got a clip of that up on the leaderboard. That is Zen up there, who is having the regular frustrations that we are all so used to. So today we're going to watch a few replays, 4 actually, that Zen has played in the last week of him playing alongside some of the other top players in the game right now. We're going to be starting with him and Drowy together. Then we're going to watch him and Nwpo. We'll watch him and Oski, and then we'll finish with him and his 1v1 rival, Rawas. And we can maybe get an idea of who plays with him the best. You know, if you guys didn't know, Vitality didn't have the kind of success they were hoping for. KC looks like the only good team as Drowy goes for a bump to get this opening goal. Really helps make my point here that KC were the #1 best team. There was a collection of teams who were up at the top echelon, you know, a tier above the other teams below them, but still behind KC, and Vitality was one of them, as long as, or as well as, you know, NRG and the Ultimates and Feer, and a few more. I'm not going to go through all of them right now, but the point is, Zen's team of previous world champs are still on the outside looking in. Is he looking for new teammates? I don't think so. There has been some serious rumors going around of various other teams that made major changing. I hear maybe Gen G making a move, but as far as I'm aware, the Vitalities are sticking together. So nothing to worry about in terms of these players replacing anybody on Vitality. But for now, we'll see how they might play with each other, even though 2 of them are from MENA anyways, although what's stopping transfers like that from happening, considering Rise and Atomic are with Twisted Minds. But that being said, we are 2 minutes into a game, and Zen and Drowy are only up 1 against Matt and MSN, as Zen decides he's going to be the first to challenge here in order to drop this ball over to Drowy. He's rocking the Drowy card. I mean, a lot of people are using this decal now. I think Drowy made it popular. I want to say Zen and Drowy might be in the exact same colorway, and that's interesting because I don't think they're partied. We'll do oh, they are partied. Nope, they clearly set up these Fenix to look exactly like each other while they played. Something that I know people have talked about as well as far as RLCS, wishing that, you know, everybody was forced to wear the same team decal. I'm not sure where I stand on that, but it is cool to see these guys set up in a non-team decal together, as Zen's going to have an easy takeaway. Really just faking here as he goes to get a boost steal, and you can tell the orange team is fully starved out. I don't know if that means we should expect a goal here soon, but it looks like we will. We will get just that. The orange team completely starved out. They overextend in an attempt to pick up some attacking corner boost, and Zen prepared for that. Just turned back, didn't even go all the way back to the orange half, the blue half, I should say. Just got ready for the clear up field. Drowy now with a nice beat, headed towards an open net. 3-0 for Zen and Drowy, and that'll do it. Zen and Drowy, they played pretty well. Let's go see how Zen and Nwpo play together. Zen and Nwpo, and it looks like apparently this whole partying up with the same decal thing is not something Zen leaves exclusive for Drowy. My guess is when we have a chance to check the scoreboard here that Zen and Nwpo are going to be teamed up, queuing into these games and making sure they have the fit to match, this time on the orange team, as Trebla gonna flick past a early challenge from Zen. Zen seems like he's picking up a little bit of Nwpo habits there with that kind of just speed challenge, whether or not it gets anywhere close to the ball. As Zen will take this back into his own half. He's going to get bumped into the air. Trebla being a nice pest. Shout out Trebla, who did well in the 1v1 event over in EU. There have been rumors, or at least, I shouldn't even say rumors. There have been no rumors. As far as I'm aware, we've heard nothing about MENA changing. There's been a lot of speculation about Nwpo maybe joining the Falcons. MENA did not have the major I think they were hoping for, with Twisted Minds finishing tied 7th, 8th, and then Falcons really only making it one step further than that. Ooh, nice reset shot from Zen. I think it leaves, you know, a lot to be desired from Mina fans, from Mina players. I think they're come to expect, a top 4 out of some of their teams. I mean, if they had gotten first in a top 4, people would have been, they'd have been slightly impressed with Mina, but it wouldn't have been out of this world. Oh my goodness, Nwpo. So the fact that instead, neither team was able to get top 4, I'm sure they're feeling bummed. But whether or not they make a move and, drop a TRK or separate the twins, it just doesn't seem like there's an obvious play to make there ever. Although, in some fashion, it feels like Nwpo's transition to the Falcons is inevitable. Can he really exist not on the Falcons for long? He has so far, but the Falcons has a way of kind of sucking up all the top talent in Mina. Right now, they're going to get beats by a post shot that tricked them into thinking they needed to cover the angle, and then it pops off. It goes to the other side of the net. So the first goal for Trebla and Nico. Nico, a nice up-and-comer as well. I think people on the lookout for what he's going to do in their LCS as he heads up to the ceiling to try and stop Zen in the air, who looked like he decided to roll underneath the ball and attempt to go over the top of Nico late instead of passing to Nwpo, who has sped this one out to the midfield. Zen electing to not go for it. I think a nice bump to take Trebla off the ball now means Zen not all by himself. He's all by himself with the ball, but there's definitely a lot of people covering the nets. And he's not able to get much going before there was a save. Zen with 31 boost now, actually just muscling through the resistance. Surprised to see that. He's not going to let Trebla have the ball. He'll instead send it over to Nwpo as he resets in the back. That had to be spawning somewhat sooner. Did Trebla just steal it? No, there it is behind him now. Zen just got there a little bit too early, so no boost to work with. But he actually does cut off the rotation of Trebla, trying to make him a little bit slower, but maybe actually kept Trebla around into play. Save from Zen as he goes from the back wall and can't find much of anything. He does get a reset and actually picks up that back corner as these two are going to have a 1-goal lead. Zen with a ridiculous double. Maybe he was going to try and shoot it, but actually not the worst thing in the world to just leave it off for Nwpo. The problem is no shot is able to be created out of it. And now late recovery. Ooh, great placement from Nico. I think Nwpo actually had a chance to make a save there if it wasn't placed that well. And now Zen, interesting decision, half flipping off the kickoff. Nwpo just got faked out of his mind as he elects to chase it down. I'm sure Zen called that to Nwpo. A bit of a awkward kickoff, but neither team really gaining too much from it as Nico hits another nice double in order to force Nwpo to make a save. Zen at ceiling heights. Actually didn't get anything there, whether he's going for the ball or going for Trebla. You usually want to get one or the other. Actually found his way to sneak through without getting either, but he will bump Nico. Nice play from Nico. Again, I've been really impressed here from Nico's gameplay as this one has a minute 15 left to go. Trebla pinches it away on the ground, gives it over to Zen, who goes for a ceiling double. And can't get anything. It'll be a full reset. Zen actually thought about turning upfield. Instead, it's going to be a Nwpo pinch. Zen is going to try and redirect it. Nobody touches it. And Nwpo actually pinches it the entire length of the field. Okay, we got to watch from Nwpo POV as well, because that is just a ridiculous play. Oh my goodness, what a pinch. Nobody gets a touch. And that's just, I mean, this is why you got to check every Nwpo game. Every Nwpo game has something crazy. Just like every Dark game has something crazy. Got to check them all out. 3-2, Zen to Nwpo. Shot is actually straight down the center of the net. So the blue team able to make a save as Zen shadows. He's actually going to go for a reset, an attempt to get it over the second defender as well. Oh my goodness, but the second defender bumped him up, and he just improvised from there, got back to the ball, and then made the follow-up save. Nwpo now trying to go for a ground pinch. Cannot get it past. Zen, very Nwpo-esque behavior here, creeping up behind his teammate. Although he didn't try and take the ball, he ultimately did bail out of it. That might be the difference, as he will now rotate back around on these pads. Eco not being aggressive as maybe Zen was thinking. He was prepping for a really high pre-jump. Maybe doing so forced Nico to down to the ground. Then he makes that ground save, and this ball is wide open. Why not put it in the nets instead of letting it hit the ground? Zen and Nwpo looking like a pretty good duo, but now let's go to Oski. Zen and Oski now, and here is Zen rocking that same kickoff with an AFK Oski. Looks like Nwpo and Trebla maybe just hooking him up. A homie deal. You know, we already know that Zen does this as a strategy, so it's not like, you know, it was him trying to waste time and allow Oski to come back. He was expecting a shot, but the AFK strats, I think, work better in ranks than they'll ever work in RLCS. Although, if you guys were paying attention to RLCS, there was a team, GK, who ran a straight-up AFK kickoff where nobody moved in the RLCS and instantly got scored on, so it looked silly, but I could tell their vision. Oh, my goodness, Zen doubling this out to Oski, who cannot put it on target. Oski, of course, a member of Ninjas in Pajamas who did not make the major. I think all the teammates that Zen is going to be playing with in this video did make major, and I think everyone expected Oski to make major, but in fact, that story I was just talking about as Zen goes the full distance for a nice reset shot, that was, you know, the team that ended up taking Ninjas in Pajamas' spot, and they did that AFK kickoff during their run, if I'm remembering correctly, in order to steal that one away from Oski. But I'm sure he's planning on making his way back to major. Zen gets absolutely dominated on this 50, and it'll be a 1-1 game. Cheat up on the kickoff. Oski fortunate to chip that away. Did he do enough to stop a goal, though? Double cheat up on the kickoff, and it is going to be a quick one because of it. Zen not going to half up on this one. Actually gets dusted to the ball, but ends up sending it over to the right corner. Nwpo looking for a dream. You love to see it here in ranked, but doesn't find it. Oski, I've watched him with Oxygen and RLCS, commentated some of their games, and man, he would find some absurd angles regularly. Oski and Zen getting away with one if they get out of this one alive, because they both, wow, nice placement. They both committed super hard to an initial save that then put them in the same positions over and over again, not covering different options. And another double cheat where everyone is so close. Zen's actually so close on his double cheat, he goes underneath the ball. He's not even able to make a play on it. Such an interesting, you know, other side of the coin to his ultra passive half flip kickoff when he's the first man to go. When he's the second man, he's ultra aggressive and puts everything all in. Nwpo going to back off this one. I think Zen was maybe expecting a little bit more resistance. Oski launching it up to him. And that double, wow, got sent immediately back. Nice redirect, too. Nwpo and Trebla queuing up together and playing well against a tough lobby. Oski dropping this one off ultimately into the corner. Zen does not get the read and the angle. Well, he had the read, but he just has to deal with resistance. Cheat up field here from Zen. Nwpo actually able to survive the bump. I don't know if he would have made the save. Trebla's going to clean it up for him. I don't think Zen can see Nwpo on the other side of the ball. Another great low 50. Nwpo, I believe, scored their first goal with a really smart low 50 on Zen. This time, though, doesn't fully convert for a goal as Zen starts to dribble from the back corner. Nwpo pre-jump, and Zen did not get his reset early enough to make a real adjustment to that pre-jump. Ooh, nice bump. Wow. Trebla popped it up in an attempt to try and slow it down, make it easy for his team, but it allows Oski to go get that bump. And now Zen and Oski, a second goal. There's that double cheat up kickoff, and here is why Zen does it. He wants those quick goals. He's going to get it here. So it's now 3-4. Another cheat up kickoff. Nwpo is going to get it this time. So it's just, you know, a bit of a coin flip back and forth with these guys being so ultra aggressive. And I don't think Zen and Oski are partied together, so it's not like they're looking for a specific plan. Maybe Nwpo and Trebla are. For the most part, it's just these guys playing their standard no-com type ranked. Oh my goodness, Trebla. That cancel into the flick just launches it with so much power. Reset pop from Zen. He's bringing the ball too high. He didn't really have boost to adjust it anyways, so as cool as the setup looked, very easy for Trebla to handle and take away. Zen, oh, just an awkward ball floating towards the net. He has to make some sort of touch, but certainly he could have gotten something better than that. He was maybe just not thinking of it as a shot or something that he needed to really like worry about clearing. Looks like he was thinking, how do I control this ball? Ultimately ended up not controlling it and just tapping it over to the orange team. As Zen now takes it to the skies. Oski gets one demo. You can actually see Oski going for the second demo and sent the reset over the top of everybody, but too high. And now no boost will respawn for him. He's just sitting here with 0 boost, hoping for the midfield 100. And he's not going to get this one. Oh, wait, he did. How did Nwpo not steal that from him? Maybe he was worried about getting demoed or something, but Zen was moving so slow. A save from Nwpo. Nice pass in field from Oski to Zen. And with 33 seconds left to go, Zen and Oski down 2. So all of a sudden, those really aggressive kickoffs now are what they have to do, but are also partly what have put them in this hole. As Zen, the speed. Oh my goodness, Zen. He gets bumped here. 1 second. We got to go back and watch this. Obviously, he has a bit of time after the bump, but he does not just take this aerial clean. As he flies up to this ball, Nwpo clips him here and adjusts his car. Now, I don't know about you guys. I guess I'm not Zen, but as soon as my car moves in any way I didn't predict, it's over for me. But not for Zen. Easy adjustment. Still hits his double as if that's how he planned to do it the whole time. And now, 22 seconds. Gotta think Zen is going to cheat up on this kickoff for another double ultra aggressive, and it will be a goal. Now, I don't know what the orange team is doing. Why they aren't able to recognize that it's time to quit on the ultra aggressive kickoff now that they only need to hold off for 20 seconds. They're able to hold off for maybe 2 seconds before they get scored on. So now it's a tie game with 13 left to go. Oski trying to make something happen, but his ultra aggression led to a very easy read and a low 50 that allows Trebla to run down and force a 1-on-1 or almost a 2-on-1. This ball will hit the ground. So we're headed to overtime. Will they do a double aggressive kickoff? No, because Zen is the one on the diagonal, and this is how he opened the game as well. And we've seen him do that a few times in this video so far, which is to just half flip. And it has resulted in him having possession. Nwpo's going to steal this pass, but doesn't have the kind of boost to go up and make a play on the ball. So he will back off and let Trebla go to work. Zen always getting that extra touch. Has it around ceiling heights. He has to go all the way into the back corner. Oski, again, just trying to force them to dispossess. Sometimes leaving. Oh my God. Oh, Trebla, what a save. A double. That was not an easy angle from Zen, but an even better save from Trebla that makes this replay not over. Zen going to go to the ceiling. Decides not to go for a little ball pinch and instead let the ball bounce off and just get his flip back from the ceiling. Zen just barely not able to wave dash bump Nwpo, who is going to force Zen not to turn back on the ball. So he'll wait it out and bait Trebla in as well, and seems to want to hold on to all this boost until he can actually make a good play. Oski, in the meantime, goes to intercepts, but he does so with nothing in his tank, so he's going to have to leave. Can't stick around to extend this one any further. Zen bouncing this one out. Oski's going to be up there alone. Perfect boost spawn for Zen, who has been playing on 0 a ton this game. Nwpo wanted a sidewall double when Zen could absolutely eat it up. And oh my goodness, this one should have been a bit easier of a save. It didn't need to be crazy. But the orange team will save it off the post. Zen reset shot. Trebla controls that as well. Heroic defense from the orange team in this game. As Nwpo looks to 50, leaves Trebla and Zen in a 1-on-1, and that ball looked like it went inside of Zen's car. I'm not sure who uploaded this one. They might not have the best connection. But Zen and Oski get the win in OT. Let's go check out Zen and Rawas. Another game being played where these guys are not teamed up, although Nwpo and Trebla are teamed up. And actually, they instantly go for a Spanish kickoff, which I know I was slightly covering with the overlay there, but that shows that, you know, there must be some communication between these guys who didn't realize we're going to be playing this ranked game together. But I'm actually kind of excited to see what Trebla and Nwpo are going to do Both of them have actually made waves in 1v1. Nwpo is the guy who, if you guys didn't know, there was a French LAN for an up-and-comer. It was literally about finding the next Zen. I think that's how they tried to sell it. And I think Nwpo ended up winning that 1v1 event, which is kind of cool. And then, of course, Trebla making those waves, getting top 8 in EU RLCS 1v1. Zen's just going to wait out here at the midfield for Rawas to tap it back to him. And a 1-0 lead is now Zen's the one to be AFK. And then miss a wave dash. I've never related to Zen more. And then he gets scored on. Tough break to essentially give up a goal because you were checking your phone or taking a sip of water. Zen forced into another set of 50s. Wow, only a game that has Zen and Rawas in it. Does the blue team get away with not getting scored on there? Zen deleted by Nwpo, so it'll have to be Rawas who looks to finish this play. As Zen on the respawn wants to rejoin, but the ball just died on the back wall. And the other team basically using that back wall and that tough angle as protection. Ooh, what a double from Nwpo. Okay, we have to watch it for Nwpo POV. Real quick. Nwpo and Trebla are cooking as well. We'll just go back and watch this double. Little ceiling double, backboard double. Sheesh! Last bit of boost. Okay, Nwpo. We see how it is. Zen on the cheat up. We have actually watched all these games in chronological order. The game about why are people only good versus me actually is a game that Zen played after this one. So I wonder if it has to do with these two that they've been playing against. Feels like they're cooking when they're playing against him. Rawas, a nice interception, going to lay it off to Zen. It looked like the orange team hoping for a bigger pinch there to throw Zen off. But instead, he's able to start working with it. And there's been so many different times that Zen has made his way to a midfield 100 right before it respawns. Just something that has been interesting about these few sets of games. I mean, I don't think it's a real problem for Zen with his timing as he moves around the field or anything. But it seems to happen just a little bit extra for him. As Rawas makes this save, can Zen get the read? Bounce out of the corner, just goes for the instant shot, which actually does a great job of beating the first defender who's expecting a slow air dribble. Ooh, nice half flip here recovery. Rawas tried to help out by cutting a defender away, but doesn't work out. Nwpo and Trebla have had solid defense here against Zen. As Zen pinches this one down instead of going for the double. That just goes to show the kind of respect that Zen has for these guys now. He's like, I'm not shooting these anymore. You guys are covering everything. Instead, I'm just going to try and force a 50 down. Or I called it 50. He was just squeezing it against the wall. The wall is pretty good at 50s. But he tried to push it down to Rawas, who was maybe a bit slow to react. Can't happen from guys who aren't queuing up together. And miss from Zen. Rare miss. But again, credit to Nwpo and Trebla, who have established that only perfection will get past them. So Zen making sure he hits it hard in order to make sure they don't stand a chance. And sometimes that means you miss. Zen swinging wide, trusting Rawas here in the opposite corner. Gaining some speed, clean takeaway. Rawas actually waiting out midfield. Zen has a reset, just going to take it by himself. Won't be able to dunk Trebla into the nets at the angle he's currently on. As Rawas gets a beat, and oh, nice pass out. Zen puts it off the backboard. Rawas passed the play, but he says he can't reverse to tap it in. And that one will tie it up again. Zen must be telling, okay, that didn't work out. I don't know why Rawas jumped. I mean, I'm going to go back and watch again. Why did Rawas... Clearly, Zen has been telling people that he won't be going for the kickoff, but that is such an early jump from Rawas. Certainly, that's not the right play. It seems like maybe a bit of a panic play from Rawas. It's going to allow Nwpo to quickly score. Zen going to go for the Spanish like they did to open the game. Attempt to get it right back. Doesn't work out, but it does give the ball to Rawas. We'll take it into the attacking corner with every last bit of boost he has. Trebla Nice defensive play to get off the back wall. Zen almost made a big mistake there, handing the ball back, but he does cover the shot. And now chasing down that field without boost, he'll just take the back corner 100. Rawas wants to throw treble off his game, but there was never really an angle anyways. So 40 seconds left to go. Zen and Rawas need a buckets. Found themselves down a few times now in these replays. Zen and his teammates. Zen able to cut this ball off from clearing into the blue half. Now through the air, Trebla and him will 50. Mako gonna die in the process. Ooh, nice 50 there. Double beat. Zen will do it by himself. Eliminate one and was able to turn and get a beat on Trebla quickly, which is what he would need to capitalize on that demo. So it is a tie game now. 10 seconds left to go. A demo leads to Trebla popping it up. 2 seconds. Can Zen get a 0-second wonder? He cannot. So another OT. Zen and Rawas in OT against Mako Trebla. He's going to go right back to this kickoff that did not work well at all. Rawas does not panic jump early. This time he flips out and then challenges, and it works out way better. They get a win and a goal. Let's go watch Rawas again from this kickoff, because I'm not sure why he panicked so hard the first time around. This time he seems much more prepared for it. Just a regular flip and then reads a soft touch. I don't think Mako played it as well as he could have. Obviously, I don't think this is what the first touch looked like, you know, last time that this two ran this kickoff. He tried to go all the way around him. Nice side flip from Rawas. Anyways, they handled it much better. Zen stuck to his guns on that kickoff, and it pays off. So Zen with Drowy, Nwpo, Oski, and Rawas. I don't know if any of them will be a future teammate of Zen's. If I had to guess which one was most likely going to be a future teammate in their LCS, got to be Drowy, right? Got to be Drowy, but no reason for Drowy to switch up his team right now. Either way, it was fun watching Zen with these other top players.